welcome on board the program Let's Talk Business on Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5 FM. My name is Yemisi Olufade, and I am so glad to be with you on the program this productive Monday afternoon. Well, today we will talk on attitude and promotion of businesses. How can having the right attitude or having the wrong attitude affect a business? Well, you must have heard it said that attitude is everything, so we will discuss how we can promote business with the right attitude this time and what we can do to avoid having the negative or wrong attitude so that our business will grow and not fall. Because if you have a negative attitude, no business will grow with that kind of attitude. All right, I'm pretty sure you know that business communication exists to keep commerce humming. It promotes goodwill, informs and persuades or requests, often simultaneously, because a sender can only accomplish successful communication with a receiver's cooperation. An appropriate attitude is essential. The proper attitude is professional but friendly. It doesn't offend and it shows respect. That's the proper attitude. The small business owner can achieve this by specifically tailoring the tone of the message to the intended reader or listener, whether it's a presentation or a business proposal or just sales talk. Now, when we talk about attitude, we also look at the tone of voice, whether in written or oral messages. Tone of voice conveys your attitude towards the person receiving the message. Conveying the right tone can be tricky. The first step to assessing our tone's effect is to become conscious of it and then to consider our intended recipient. Now, the tone used with a young employee is not likely to be appropriate for an important prospective client. For instance, in a single day, a small business owner might communicate many times with many people. Each time, attitude and tone must be adapted to your audience. Now, sometimes more than one person will get your message, though your communication might go through a gatekeeper and then be later passed along the receiver. You're most concerned with is, what you're most concerned with is the primary audience, and of course you have to make sure that the right attitude is channeled all through. Now, this is the person you want to move to action or decision. Adapt your tone to that reader or listener primarily. In crafting your message, consider also the primary audience's attitude toward your subject matter. How will that person view it? And you have to put it in a way that the person will see it and know that, well, this is someone I want to do business with. Now, there's also the need to create goodwill. Yes, goodwill, definitely. Creating goodwill enhances your image and the image of your small business. Your attitude during interactions can promote goodwill or erode it. It can either bring it to pass or just make it not come into picture, into play at all. Now, you can evince an attitude of goodwill by considering the concerns of the message receiver, focusing on what the receiver wants to know, and protecting the receiver's ego. Now, this is called the you attitude approach. To focus on the receiver, try to eliminate I. For instance, saying your order shipped on Monday is better than I shipped your order on Monday. And then we will now look at the positive versus negative. A positive attitude in business communication also helps build goodwill, emphasizing what's right with a situation or what can be done instead of what can't be, keeps negativity at bay. And that's all we want to do. We want to keep negativity far away from how we do business and what we do with our business and our clients. Now, when a message must contain bad news, provide a reason or valid silver lining. It is very, very appropriate for you to do this. It is advised to avoid the word you and softening a negative message by using passive voice. For instance, instead of saying you failed to meet the criteria, you could choose the criteria weren't met. Now, you have avoided using that word you. Now, talking about the context now, context can change the perceived attitude of a message in dramatic ways. In business, power dynamics must be considered when crafting a message. Communication with a superior requires increased politeness and formality than you would use with peers. The same is true when communicating with people you don't know well and your elders. And so when you do this, you use courtesy titles, Miss, Mr., Mrs., and last names. So don't go straight away to talking to someone you've not met before and calling the person by the first name. Now, conveying a respectful attitude across cultures may require research as standards of politeness differ. What is done in Africa, in Nigeria, for instance, is different from what can be done in other countries. In the United States of America, in England, it's different. So you have to know what is appropriate and use the appropriate courtesy titles. So conveying a respectful attitude across cultures may require research as standards of politeness differ. Now, a positive attitude, optimism, expectancy, and enthusiasm makes everything in business easier. And I tell you, that's just the truth. That's the way it is. It makes things go much easier and it makes magic happens. A positive attitude boosts you up when you are down and supercharges you when you are already on a roll. Well, it's always good to work hard for that money because when you work hard, you value that money because your sweat and everything goes into, making that money compared to someone who gets money anyhow or maybe in illegitimate ways. Lovely song there by Donna Summer. She worked hard for the money. We are discussing attitude and promoting that business that you do on the program Let's Talk Business on Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5 FM, your award-winning radio station, the best new radio station, and of course the first business radio station in Nigeria. Now, cultivating the right attitude. Well, the very first thing you must know and talk about when you are thinking of cultivating the right attitude is remember that you control your attitude. Attitude does not emerge from what happens to you, but instead from how you decide to interpret what happens to you. So you are the one in charge, you are the one controlling, and you must know how to control your attitude. So you control your attitude. Take, for example, receiving the unexpected gift of an old automobile. One person might think it's a piece of junk. A second person might think it's a cheap transportation. And a third person might just think it's a real classic. So you have three people looking at the same thing in different ways. That's what we're talking about. Now, in each case, the person is deciding how to interpret the event and therefore controlling how he or she feels about it. And that's talking about attitude. Cultivating the right attitude, the second thing to know is that you need to adopt beliefs that frame events in a positive way, in a positive manner. Your beliefs and rules about life and work determine how you interpret events and therefore your attitude. So decide to adopt strong beliefs that create a good attitude rather than beliefs that create a bad attitude. Now, to use sales as an example, well, let's look at this situation. For instance, the first sales call of the day goes poorly. Now, this is a weak way to react to it. A lousy first call means that I'm off my game and today will not go well. That's a poor way of looking at it. But then a strong way of looking at it, the right attitude is every sales call is different. So the next will probably be better. You just keep the sunny side up so that you don't get depressed or you don't lose focus. Now, another one is that a customer reduces the amount of an order at the last minute and you're not expecting this. How you react to this will go a long way to how you, will succeed in business. You can either think and have the attitude that customers who change others can't be trusted, or you can also think that customers who change others are more likely to be satisfied. It's all how you look at something. Now, cultivating the right attitude, you need to create a library of positive thoughts. Think positive. Spend at least 15 minutes every morning to read, view, or listen to something inspirational or motivational. If you do this regularly, you have those thoughts and feelings ready at hand, or rather ready to mind when events don't go exactly the way you prefer. Listen to motivational stuff and it will actually keep you and let you know what you are doing in business, and your business will just go so far. Well, another thing you must do if you have to cultivate the right attitude, you must ignore whiners and complainers. They will not do you any good. They will only bring you nothing but trouble. Whiners and complainers see the world through craft-colored glasses. They talk rather about what's irreparably wrong rather than make things better. So more importantly, complainers can't bear to see somebody else happy and satisfied. They must always see something to complain about, something to poke into and make ugly. So if you tell a complainer about a success that you've experienced, they'll congratulate you or congratulate the person, but their words ring hollow. You can sense they just as soon you told them about what's making you miserable. Then you also need to use a more positive vocabulary. Your vocabulary is very important, and using a more positive vocabulary is something that can actually cultivate the right attitude for you, and that would promote your business. The words that come out of your mouth aren't just a reflection of what's in your brain, they're programming your brain how to think. So look at this very well and just make sure that you use the right words. Therefore, if you want to have a positive attitude, your vocabulary must be consistently positive. So stop using negative phrases such as, I can't, it's impossible, or this won't work. Now, these statements program you for negative results. So just drop all those negative vocabulary and drop all the I can't, it's impossible, this won't work, this will never happen, I don't know how I got into this, but then I don't think it will work. Now, drop all of this, because these statements program you for negative results. So when anyone asks you, how are you or how is your business, rather than hanging in there, okay, I guess, respond with terrific or never felt better. Business is doing great. And you must mean it. Because whatever you program, whatever you say is what will be programmed towards what you have said. There's power in the tongue, you know that. So you must pick the right words to your business, even as you have the right attitude. Now, when you're feeling angry or upset, substitute neutral words for emotionally loaded ones. Rather than saying I'm enraged, you can say I'm a bit annoyed. Yes, if you've got the money, I've got the time. Willie Nelson with that lovely song. And of course, we're talking business on Impact Business Radio. Now, talking about cultivating the right attitude and having the right attitude to promote your business, when it comes to customer care skills, the most important skill is attitude. Attitude is everything, I tell you. When it comes to customer care skills, your business should be focused on one thing: people. People. Whether you refer to them as clients, customers, or employees, their loyalty is the key to your success. Once they are loyal to you and they stick by you, they're with you, then there's no way you will not go and reach the very top. Increasing customer care skills is a smart and necessary way to increase profits. Not only that, happy employees are long-term employees, and increasing employee retention will significantly lower your operating costs. Keep reading to learn how to hire, motivate, and retain key customer care employees. It's very, very important. Now, there's a fact about customer care skills. You never get a second chance to make a good first impression. When someone contacts your company for the first time, whether via telephone, internet, or in person, remember just how important that first impression can be. Making that stranger feel wanted and appreciated can turn him or her into a lifetime advocate for your service or product offerings, whether he buys or not. It's not necessarily that the person must buy from you. Some people have the attitude that if someone does not buy, they just turn the other way and they're rude, or they show that they're angry. No, that's not the way to go. Whether the person buys or not, you must maintain a positive attitude, a good attitude. You must be respectful. You must reach out to that person, because that person that did not buy today might just buy tomorrow because of your attitude. Oh, I didn't even buy anything from this man, and he's still so courteous and so respectful. Well, this is a good person to deal with. Now, attitude beats aptitude, and this is why. When it comes to customer care, attitude will always win over attitude. When hiring new employees, be sure to note a sunny disposition and a willingness to go the extra mile over someone with greater technical skills. Now, this is what I'm talking about. You see someone with very good skills, technical skills, the person is really wonderful. Talk about the skills the person has. But the point is, this person is one moody, depressed looking person that would not bring customers near your doorstep. Now you have someone that the technical skills is not as good as this person, but the person has a sunny disposition. The person is really up and going, very happy, go lucky kind of person. And so what do? You should prefer that kind of person to the person with just the technical skills that won't, smile at customers, that have the wrong attitude towards attending to your clients. Now, it is much easier to increase the technical skills of an employee than modify undesirable behavior. Someone that complains, that grumbles, that does not always smile. Changing that person will be difficult, but someone with a lesser technical skill, well, you can improve on that for that person. And that means you have a great person working for you. The person will attract business to you and not turn your business away and turn people away from your business, as opposed to that person that is very good with technical skills, but then has a very bad disposition. Talking about attitude. So employees who excel at customer care have a natural desire to serve and express genuine empathy when conversing with upset customers. You just don't say that because the customer is annoyed or upset. You just talk to the person and say, well, go to blazes, who cares? No, you'll never see that customer come back to you again. Now, there's a customer care fact. Remember that for every customer complaint, there are 6 other customers who have remained silent. Well, there's only one person just came to you to say, nah, I don't like this product, or I don't like your customer service. But then for that one person, there are 6 or 10 more that just, kept quiet and went their way. So you must keep up the right attitude to give good customer service, and you'll find your customers advertising for you free of charge by telling others about the excellent service you have. You just reacted to someone in a very good way, and the person is now going to tell A, B, C, D that, look, you need to do business with that person. The person is fantastic. The person has a good customer attitude. The person is really, really, great. And before you know it, the person is doing your adverts for you, and you're just there, doing your own thing, doing it the way you should do it, keeping up a good attitude. Positive feedback increases employee motivation. That's another thing you must know. Positive feedback is one of the easiest and quickest ways to boost employee engagement and increase employee performance. Employees who receive frequent feedback from management feel they have more control over their work, which increases job satisfaction. Customer care management that is skilled at employee coaching will see increases in not only employee satisfaction, but also customer loyalty. Now, what I'm saying is that if you take more time to train and coach your employee to have good customer care management, you will see that this will not just increase the way your employees behave, but it will also attract customers to you, because the person you have trained is doing a good job, and people are coming your way and they intend to stay with you in that business. Now, there's another customer fact you must know. Employee engagement is integral to customer satisfaction. Happy employees create happy customers. If your employees are happy, they go about, really nice to clients, and they're always up and about, there's no way you won't have customers coming your way. But if you have people that are always down, always, frowning, always, depressed looking, nobody wants to go near such people. So increasing employee engagement is a smart and necessary way to increase profit. Not only that, happy employees are long-term employees, and increasing employee retention will significantly lower your operating costs. Providing outstanding service and support will add value to your product or service. Choose wisely when hiring frontline support employees, and be sure to provide them with the tools they need to be successful. Talking about frontline support employees are those who will meet directly with your clients, your customers. You must choose wisely when hiring such people, because and you must also provide them with the tools they need to be successful. Remember, their job satisfaction goes hand in hand with your success. Glad to know you're still listening to the program. Let's Talk Business on Impact Business Radio, IBR 92.5 FM. If you're just joining us, this is what we're doing. We're talking about attitude and the way it can help promote that business that you do. Now, succeeding as an entrepreneur takes hard work and persistence, because unfortunately, there's no business startup genie who magically bestows success on small businesses and their owners. There's no magic way to do it. Most successful entrepreneurs follow comparable patterns and share similar basic characteristics. Hundreds of online articles and published books claim to know the secrets of success in business, but for the most part, they boil down to the same major points. And that's talking about passion, perseverance, and a positive attitude tend to set successful entrepreneurs apart. Now, cultivating these attributes requires an innate skill set and some tips to get started. So now here are the main items to take into consideration if you are trying to develop a business platform. These elements will support a smart strategy for any new enterprise. Now, the very first thing is to love what you do. Passion is key to keeping a business strategy moving. Half-heartedness in an entrepreneurial endeavor will chip away at your drive to succeed. Perseverance is the one thing that's guaranteed to move anything over time, whether it's a person, a job, or an entire company. Now, Abraham Lincoln failed at most of his efforts until late in his life, but he never gave up. So I'm talking perseverance and loving what you do. Then you must also learn to know how to take baby steps. Jumping all in is rarely ever successful. There are success stories about people who invested everything once and came out winners after 6 months or a couple years. But those are rare, very, very rare. Now, risk management is an essential part of what we are talking about. It's an essential factor in any startup, and balance is vital. You can absorb losses more easily if you take smaller risks in the beginning. Those will provide essential and productive lessons. So learn to take baby steps. Don't just jump in all and all. Now you need to learn from others. Successful entrepreneurs often work for others in their field of choice before striking out on their own. Spending a few years in the industry under an excellent mentor will provide a good launching pad. Learn from your predecessors' mistakes and brainstorm about how to improve upon their model. This is very important. Find someone that is willing to teach and think about starting your business elsewhere when you leave. So you must stay under someone and learn all that you need to learn. Also, you need to learn how to self-promote. Confidence and a good elevator speech can take any pitch to the next level. So the first marketing any company experiences comes from its founder. Spend time learning how to share your vision without coming across as salesy. Don't be afraid to ask for the sale, but remember the client is always the focus. Don't just go straight into talking about, okay, yes, this is what we do, this is what we have. Focus on the client and let that person know that you respect that client as a human being first of all, before you push your sales on that person. Then you need to know how to constantly take action. Entrepreneurs are movers and shakers. They can't afford to analyze every detail or they'll never get anywhere. There's no place for procrastination in a startup. It's a 24/7. No vacation or sick days kind of job that demands constant forward momentum. Make a brief assessment at every step and move on it. Now you need to trust your instincts when it comes to this. So you need to constantly take action and it will get you in a very good place. Well, I tell you, it's never too late to start. Many successful entrepreneurs started later in life. That's another thing you need to know. Having the experience that comes with age can give you a unique outlook on your business. Life experiences bring depth, and that's the most educated young adult by his or her nature is less able to foresee. If you are actually into something, you need to learn how to know how to do it very well. You must have depth. Life experiences bring depth that the most educated young adult by his or her nature is less able to foresee. So it's never too late to start. Now you also need to build your A team. Finding the skill sets and attitude that supports the culture of the brand you want to promote will foster innovation and enhance your reputation. Include folks from outside the company for the people you rely on. That will start a free marketing chain reaction that can build confidence and revenue. And then you need to be mindful of your attitude. Attitude. One can never get tired of talking about attitude because it's important to promoting that business that you do. The attitude of the founder will set the tone for the business. Negativity, laziness, and entitlement waste time and money while they tarnish your reputation. Success largely depends on making mistakes and accepting blame in stride. Owning up to and facing challenges head-on is what makes a mere business owner a leader. So don't be afraid to fail, and when you fail, don't point fingers. Learn how to take responsibility and own up to what has happened. Starting a business can wreak havoc on the owner's personal life. Well, while all the tips I shared with you are necessary for success, taking care of yourself mentally and physically is also imperative. It is very important. You can't do without it. So exercise, sleep, and diet play a central role in ensuring you implement these policies successfully. Because if you are not in a good state of health, how do you begin to do all of these things we are talking about? All of them drive attitude. When you're in a good state of health, you are happy, you are healthy. It actually drives attitude, motivation, and relationships. All right, successful CEOs tend to follow a structured daily schedule of rising early, exercising, having healthy snacks on hand for fuel, and socializing many evenings of the week. You must live a good life to get into giving what is best and the right attitude to promote a good business. Striking a balance may take a while, but working towards this list as a goal for starting your company will make the difference, a huge difference. Now, how an owner feels about progress and how quickly a business can be up and running and feeding that bottom line will swiftly feel the impact. So quickly remember that success is all in the attitude. Well, 12 attributes to put you in the right mindset and give you an edge over the competition. What's important to the success of small business owners and entrepreneurs? Well, I'll tell you what. Knowledge, skill, and talent. However, many competitors have the same traits you do. The key to beating the competition and achieving success is mental, reflected in one's attitude, totally controlled by the individual and requires no cash. This holds true in most human endeavors besides business. I'm talking about sport, the arts, and politics. Now, how many times have we seen the underdog team or player win over the most talented opponent? The difference is often in the attitude. So you must have passion for your business. Work should be fun. Your passion will help you overcome difficult moments and persuade people to work for you and want to do business with you. Passion can be taught. When it wanes, as it surely will in difficult times, take some quiet time, whether it be an hour or a week. Take inventory of all the reasons you started the business and why you like being your own boss. That should renew your passion. Set an example of trustworthiness. People have confidence in trustworthy individuals and want to work for them in a culture of integrity. The same is true for customers. So set an example of trustworthiness. Be a person of integrity. Do your business in a way that integrity is your watchword. Also be flexible, except with core values. It's a given that your plans and strategies will change as time goes on. This flexibility for rapid change is an inherent advantage of small over large business. However, no matter the pressure for immediate profit, do not compromise on core values. Now, don't let fear of failure hold you back. That's one thing that would hold a lot of people back. Failure is an opportunity to learn. All things being equal, venture capitalists would rather invest money in an individual who tried and failed founding a company than in someone who never tried. So it's not a crime, it's not a sin, it's not anything horrible to, fail. The bad thing about failing is when you don't get up again, you don't pick yourself up and try again. All right, make timely decisions. It's okay to use your intuition. Planning and thoughts are good, but procrastination leads to missed opportunity. Yes, procrastination leads to missed opportunity. You keep postponing and postponing, well, you never get it. Now, the major company asset is you. Yes, you. Take care of yourself. Your health is more valuable than the most expensive machinery or computer software for the company. You don't have to choose between your family or your company, play or work. Maintain your health for balance and energy, which will in turn enhance your mental outlook. Keep your ego under control. Don't take profits and spend them on expensive toys to impress others. Build a war chest for unexpected needs or opportunities. This also means airing out new ideas and suggestions, no matter how crazy they sound. Then you must believe. You You need to believe in yourself, in your company, and that you will be successful. This confidence is contagious with your employees, customers, stakeholders, suppliers, and everyone you deal with. Encourage and accept criticism graciously. Admit your mistakes. You need to constantly work on convincing your employees that it's okay, even necessary, to state their honest opinions, even if it conflicts with the boss's opinion. Just stating it once or putting it in a mission statement won't cut it for most people. Then quickly, maintain a strong work ethic. Your employees will follow your lead. It will also help you beat your competition by outworking them, particularly when your product or service is very similar. Now you also need to learn how to rebound quickly from setbacks. There surely will be plenty of ups and downs as you build that business. Learn from the setbacks and move on. You can't change the past. And finally, periodically get out of your comfort zone to pursue something important. Many times you will feel uncomfortable in implementing a needed change in technology, people, mission, competing, and the list is endless. For the company and you to grow personally, you sometimes have to step out of your comfort zone. Many organizational and leadership shortcomings can be overcome or mitigated with the good attitudes I've shared with you. All can be learned except passion, which comes from within. Take time out of your hectic schedule to periodically reflect on these attributes. You just may be inspired to act, and this will improve the quality of your business, your work, or that startup. So it's all about attitude. Thank you so much for listening to the program Let's Talk Business today. My name is Yemisi Olufade. Have a pleasant and productive day, and continue to believe and know that you can do it, and you will do it.